Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem.
President Trump there warning about the military and sending in the military if states where protests have turned violent don't act, calling out governors for what he is calling a weak protest response and urging them to activate the National Guard. So far, some 24 states and the District of Columbia have done so. Joining us now is Texas Senator Sen Cornyn. Senator, good morning to you. Thanks for being here. So you saw the words of the president yesterday. Is he sending the right message to the country?
Well, Sandra, we need to be unified in our condemnation of what happened to George Floyd, but we also need to be unified in our condemnation at this random violence, which is hurting innocent people and causing chaos in our communities. That's the kind of unity that I would like to see. And not only should we demand justice for George Floyd, we should demand justice for these innocent victims of this agitation, this chaos, and the looting that we're seeing, the violence around the country. So I think the president is sending a strong and a correct message that we will not tolerate it under any circumstances.
Senator, the Wall Street Journal takes on the president's warning about military intervention on our U.S. streets. They write this morning: don't call in the troops. The feds have better tools to pursue Antifa, but state and local officials need to restore public order. In the current moment, the sight of troops on U.S. streets would be more likely to inflame than calm the media, which is generally discounting the violence as understandable rage at the killing of George Floyd, would say the day of the Trump dictatorship that they long predicted had arrived. They'd be wrong, since constitutional restraints still hold, but that nuance won't make it to the streets. What do you think of that, Senator?
Well, it's primarily the responsibility of local authorities to provide for safety and security in the community. But if they can't do that, then the governors can call out the National Guard. And in the most extreme of circumstances, potentially the U.S. military would be available. I understand the president's sending a strong message to state and local authorities that they need to use the resources available to them, because we simply can't tolerate this sort of lawlessness.